Okay, good afternoon and welcome to another video by Social Watchman. It's Dave here. I've had a request a number of times about battles, and today I'm going to show you what I mean by using a whole wave of rogues and only one additional troop of your choice. Now, I would recommend that you use the strongest cav in your era or the strongest hand-to-hand combat. I'm in the colonial age. I'm going to have to do this on the expedition rather than battlegrounds because I've already done my battles, but the same procedure applies. Okay, so if I go into the expedition now, these are very basic levels, but that doesn't matter. So if you look at my troops here, all I have is a few grenadiers, horseback. I have cannons because I picked them up in expedition, and then rogues, and lots of rogues, and that's where you'll need to get eventually. So I can tell you currently I have 2,584 rogues, and I have 229 dragoons, and actually I'm a bit low, but I have 6 grenadiers. Right, okay, so I will go through to the harder levels, but the same procedure applies in battlegrounds, even if you're fighting more people. So, the people I'm fighting are long range enemies. If they're long range enemy, you would use the one strongest horseback in your era, and the rest would be rogues. Okay, attack. Now, if that horseback dies, all the rogues will be eliminated by the enemy with one hit. So we must protect him at all costs. Now, I'm being over dramatic here, but I want you to put him up in the top corner. You need to keep him alive. And then I want you to skip his go. Once you've skipped his go, you then move all your rogues in. I'm doing it manually just so that you see. And then when it's the horseback, remember, if he dies, all the rogues will die. So I've skipped his go. Now all my rogues are slowly turning into horseback, dragoons. And now I go for the kill. Now, I understand that that's a really easy battle. So if I, for example, now, if I just quickly fly through some expedition levels very quickly, you will get to this point, and I've got a long way to go. As you can see, so let me just fly through a few. Now, I don't want you auto battling, I want you to be doing manual battling for now. Okay, so here we go. So with this battle here, okay, we are fighting a mixture of troops, long range, which are the archers and the cannons, and then the great sword warrior is hand-to-hand combat. If you are fighting any long range, you always use your one strongest horseback because they get in there the fastest. You need them to get in there the fastest so they can take out the long range enemy. So protect him at all costs, put him in the top corner, skip his go. Okay, now once my rogues turn to dragoons, it's not so much of a problem. Now I'm going to put all of my army forward, and with battlegrounds it's exactly the same. I'm going to protect him again. So as long as we protect that one up in the top corner, it doesn't matter. Now, I could technically bring him in now, because if he died now, it doesn't matter, because my rogues have already been turned into dragoons, so it wouldn't matter. Same again, horseback. So, put him up there. If I sent him in to attack them now, they're going to hit the horseman back. I don't want that, because if he dies, all my rogues will die. I must have a living creature. Now, with this one, I know the horseback are going to come to me. The enemy always go for your rogues first. They never go for any living troop as such. Always the rogue first. So I was skipping him in the top corner. As you can see, they went for all of my rogues. Happy days. Gonna have to buy some goes here. Okay, so let's have a look at this one. It's exactly the same. So it's a mixture of troops, okay? So I would use the same if it's a mixture. It's got long range enemy, so use your horseback. Now, I'm going to auto battle that. I don't want you to obviously be doing that. What I want to do now is I just want to show you a different mixture of troops. I've just got to find them. So now, look at this one. Are there any long range enemy there? No. So for this one, what you'd need to use is your best hand-to-hand combat, which in my era, the colonial age, is a grenader. And I would use all rogues. Now the grenader is stronger than a dragoon, so it's better. I don't need to send my troops in quickly because there's no long range enemy to take me out. Okay? But it's exactly the same procedure. Okay? We protect our grenader at all costs. And just to clarify, this works for all eras below me. Okay? Anything up to the colonial age is fine. Beyond that, I'm not so sure because I've never gone beyond there, so I wouldn't know. So there I go. I put my grenader in the corner like I did my dragoon because I need all my rogues to be hit. And remember, the enemy always goes for the rogues first. As planned, they're going for all of my rogues and they're turning into grenaders. Once they've turned into grenaders, technically I could bring that grenader in the top left-hand corner into battle. Yes, I may lose him, but at this stage, it doesn't matter because the rogues have already changed, so it doesn't matter. Now, with battlegrounds, it's exactly the same. There are other tactics that you would need to use, and learn one thing at a time. Clearly, this is a mixture, so it would be dragoon and rogues. Now, I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to go to battlegrounds. Now, I can't promise you that I can do any more. In the top corner, you've got this 57. That's your attrition. Every time you complete a successful battle, your attrition will rise, depending on whether we have structures, but generally it will rise. Therefore, making each battle that you do harder and harder because the enemy is getting what's called an attack penalty. So the further you go on, the harder the troops are you're fighting. As you can see, my attrition is at 57 and I have an attack penalty. So the enemy have a 679% attack penalty at the moment. It's quite a lot. Now, I'm going to do this one, or hopefully if I win this one, but I'm going to show you a little bit different. Sorry. So I've got long range and I've got horseback. So I must use my dragoon. Agreed? So I'm going to start the battle. But remember, I need to protect my dragoon. So I put him in the corner. It's no different. And what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to put everything in. I need to get them in as quickly as possible because otherwise we've got these, I forget what you call them now, like riflemen, the enemy, yeah? They're going to move back when they shoot me, so I need to get in there as quickly as possible. So all of my rogues now are going to turn into dragoons, as we know. I could technically bring him in now. I might lose him, so, I might not. It doesn't matter if I lost him because my rogues have turned. I know I'm repeating myself. I'm just making sure that you guys have got this. So, now, for me, I will always take out the long range enemy first. So, up there, there, and make sure you try to finish an enemy. Don't hit all of them once. Try to hit them and finish them. Take them out if you can. Now, they're going for my one top corner. That's fine. I don't care. It's not a problem. He's going to die, but I don't have a problem with that because already my rogues have turned and there's no second wave. So here I go. I'm just finishing these guys off. So in they come. Now, just some things to remember. Oh, there was a second wave. Okay, what a donut. Okay, look, that's not a problem. So, I need to do it again. So I apologise, there was a second wave. What a donut. Okay, anyway, ignore that. So we're going to go again. Now, as you see, they took out my dragoon. That's why I then can't do a second wave. So, put him in the corner, like you normally do. Okay, but I've got to protect him now. What will the enemy attack first? They'll always attack your rogues first. What will they attack after that? After that, they will attack the weakest unit you have. So what I need to do is make sure that dragoon in the top left-hand corner stays alive because the second wave. So I'm not going to send him in. I'm going to skip his go. Okay? Now, all of my rogues now have turned into dragoons. What will the enemy go for next? They will go for the damaged troops. So the guy here that I'm flashing right now, that's flashing, he's half dead, but them dragoons are going to go for him first. So I'm going to send him in and I'm going to send him in. Okay? Now, what I've got to be careful of is when those enemy go in and kill my half-dead dragoon, okay, they're going to then go for my one that I need to protect up in the top left-hand corner, unless I trick them. So, rather than kill all of them long rangers, I'm going to send one up there and another one up there. But this horseback, I'm going to hit their dragoons so that he takes damage. If he takes damage, I know that he will be another priority that the enemy will go for. So, hit him, hits me back. He's now taking damage, right? I'm going to do the same again with this one. He hits me back. Now, so, they're going for the half damaged dragoon. He's going for the half damaged dragoon. Now, the next one they're going to go for is this one here because he's half damaged and he's half damaged. They're not going to go to this one because he's not damaged. So I've damaged my troops on purpose at this point. This is a bit advanced now, so I do apologise if I'm confusing you. So they're going for that dragoon. Good. Okay, so got to be careful here because if I lose that dragoon, I won't be able to fight. So I'm going to make this one take damage on purpose now. So I'm going to go for him. Now he's damaged. I know that my one up here Must stay alive. You've got to remember which one it was, right? That's the one I need to stay alive. So I will hit him because I know he won't hit me back because he's going to die. Okay. So my Dragoon is still alive for second wave. Up in the top corner. Now, I understand that that is quite advanced. You're not really going to have to worry about the damage thing at the moment. All you've got to worry about is protecting that one troop that needs to remain alive. He doesn't need to remain alive if there's not a second wave, but ideally, it's a good um, what do you call it? It's a good habit to get into. So with this one, there's only one wave, right? There's only one wave. Now you've got to understand I'm now getting they're tough. So there's only one wave. If my Dragoon died now, well, I don't give a shit because there's not a second wave. But I'm still going to put him in the corner. Now, the reason, again, that I've used Dragoon is because there's long range. Now, at this point, at this attrition, you really need to focus on one troop at a time. Otherwise, you can see I hit him once, he's destroying me. So I will try to always finish one off. I might not even be able to do it. Now, I could send my Dragoon in because if he dies, there's not a second wave, so I don't care. I've got ample amounts of them. I don't manual battle normally, I auto battle. However, you definitely need to manual battle at this stage. Again, I tend to go for long ranges first. It's just what I do. Finish off troops if you can. Those grenades are hardcore, aren't they? See, little damage. So, if you notice, I just hit that grenade once. If you was to hit him a second time, he wouldn't hit you back. Okay, so if I went in there now, he didn't hit me back. When you hit him the first time, he hits you back. If you hit him consecutively in a row with another troop, he won't hit you back, as you see. I'm going to do one more because I'm very skeptical that I spend way too long doing these videos and you're probably all getting really bored. As you can see, I'm now at a stage where I'm slowly starting to struggle. Now, I lost my Dragoon. Who cares? I haven't got a second wave. Okay, so this one here. Now, there's no long range enemy, no bows, no arrows, that kind of thing. Got horseback, but they're hand-to-hand combat. So I use my Grenader, which is my strongest hand-to-hand combat, and one Grenader, and the rest rogues. So if he dies, doesn't really matter. Providing all my rogues have changed, it doesn't matter because there's not a second wave. But I put him up in the corner anyway. Now, this is a bit advanced as well, but normally we would advance here, wouldn't we? We would go forward, but on this occasion, at this level, I'm going to hold back. Why? Because I want to separate their troops. If I leave my rogues where they are, the horseback are going to come in and hit my rogues, but the grenadiers, or whatever them other troops are that I'm fighting, will not reach me yet. So I'm going to skip everyone's go here. This is where you have to think a little bit different. Depends on the level of play you are. So, as I said, the horseback are coming in to hit the rogues. These guys are moving in, but they don't reach me. And also, just to clarify here, if they hit your rogue hits them back. But the rogue will not do quite as much damage unless your rogue hits them first. So if they hit you, your rogue will hit them back and they'll change into whatever troop it would need to change to. But it's not as effective. So I'm going to bring him in now. So I could finish them horseback off, the enemy, the dragoons, but I want to give maximum power. If I hit that horseback right above my rogue now, it's easily going to kill him. But the reality is the rogue can do a lot more damage than just that little half a bar. So I'm going to send them in here and take out the majority of their health. Now, that one doesn't reach. I'll go for the strongest one. That one I'm going to send in there. Remember, that one won't reach. So I'll go for the strongest one. That one. I'm going to send him in there. I hope this is helping. Okay. So I tend to stick with the same one. There you go. Okay. I hope this has helped. But as you can see, what people do is you're clogging up your city with all of the barracks and all of the different troop producing buildings when you don't need to. Forge point stuff, forge point buildings can go in those spaces. All you need is a Traz, an Alcatraz, and it needs to be at a reasonable level, I must admit, for you to have excess troops, so that's what you're aiming for. I hope it's helped. Any questions, fire away. Have a great day.